head over to YouTube and remember to subscribe to Caker's Chat. Welcome to the SoFlo Cake and Candy Expo 2018. Let's get inside.
Welcome, cakers, bakers, and sweet treat makers. This is Caker's Chat.
In this episode, we chat with Cydni Mitchell, who's swimming in sweet ambition. Cyd is the founder of Sweet Fest, Sugar Web Space, co-founder of Sugar Coin Academy, just to name a few. And of course, the ultimate sugar show coming this fall. Before becoming a sweet business powerhouse, she earned her master's and had a successful career in accounting and financial analytics. Cyd's philosophy is that there must be balance between a delicious product and a solid business and marketing plan. No sweet business will be successful without having both in place. Cyd's mission is to provide the community with these keys to obtaining the balance and ultimately be a successful business. Now let's get into the chat.
Cyd, welcome back to Miami. Can you believe that we're here again?
No.
What brings you back to the SoFlo Cake and Candy Expo?
Well, this is the first year I'm coming as an attendee. So I needed to get the attendee experience because, as you know, I've been a vendor, I've been a sponsor, I've been an instructor, and I needed to get the full attendee experience and to be not locked down to a booth this year. It was time for me to understand what the attendees go through, what they get to enjoy, what the pain points are, and just like have a good time. And plus, I'm taking my first class. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm taking my first class.
I'm a little bit jealous.
And that's the other thing. Like, if I'm a vendor, I don't really have time to break away and take a class either. So it was so many benefits to actually just take a step back. Which is like the underlying theme for me this year is taking a step back from things and kind of refocusing my energy in certain places. And so by doing that and by being an attendee, then I get to experience SoFlo Cake and Candy Show like in a whole nother way that I haven't in the past 2 years that I've been coming. So
I know it's almost like not fair that you're watching everybody else have the fun and you want to join in the fun. And you're talking about taking the step back a little bit. I mean, you're kind of everywhere. I could probably tell you where you're not. Let's just go down on a short list of all the things that you are involved in and highlight what you're involved in and how that's different from where you were. Like what did you do to channel your energy towards these other entities?
Still focusing on Sweet Fest, but Sweet Fest is more of for fun sweets products. So like our t-shirts, our hand-painted design, custom handbags. So that's really what Sweet Fest is. I'm also focusing on Sugar Web Space, which is also our website builder platform that is just for bakers and people in the sweets community. Let's see, I have the academy that I'm doing with Chef Schomburg. She's my partner there. We love her. She's so spicy and fun, right? So we have a business academy called Sugar Coin Academy that we do online, and we have classes that come out pretty much weekly. And then I have the Ultimate Sugar Show, which is going to be in Atlanta in the fall in November.
You said the Ultimate Sugar Show.
Ultimate Sugar Show.
Well, you said it like it was just like, you know, the last sprinkle on the cake.
It's totally the sprinkle. It's totally the cherry, the sprinkle, the dollop of whipped cream, the caramel sauce, the chocolate sauce, like all the other extra stuff on there.
You had Sweet Fest Con, which we attended last year. We had loads of fun. Every show has its specialty. Like we know, the SoFlo Cake and Candy Expo is a vendor-based show. You get your shop on over here. You do your networks. And you also can take a lot of classes here. Sweet Fest Con was more of a business-based show, but it still was fun. It was cozy. It was small to the point that you basically got to network. So it's heavy networking, okay, which is really important for many reasons. You can see any one of our Caker's chats. We probably mention it almost once in every show. Right. You decided to discontinue our fun.
I won't say discontinue. It is an update. It is an add-on. It is an addition to. But it was so much of an addition to it that we couldn't call it Sweet Fest Con. Like, it wouldn't be fair to call it Sweet Fest Con because that's not what it is anymore. It's the ultimate sugar show. Yeah.
Now, when you call it the ultimate sugar show, in my head, I'm thinking ultimate. That means you have everything I want. So what you bringing to the table?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Ultimate Sugar Show kind of expands on Sweet Fest Con. So we still start on Thursday. We go through Sunday. We've got evening activities as per usual that are exclusively to people who are in the professional industry. But then we've got this new vendor hall space. We've got 36,000 square foot vendor hall space. That is not just for vendors, but it's also for the other activities and demos that we have going on. So we've got a live installation. We've got the Church Lady Sugar Hat competition, right? Well, we're in the South, so we've got the Southern Church Ladies hat.
That's so adorable. There's like a million ideas rolling in my head right now, but I want you guys to pay attention. Just write it down. Yeah.
So we've got the kids zone. We've got a couple other like live events that are also being finalized. I'm like so ready to announce to people. I know. I wish I could, but just know it's a lot of stuff going on. And then we've got, again, demos. We've got 2 demo stages. We've got a cake competition, which we've never had before, which is being led by Chef Nicholas Lodge. So we've got a cake and sugar competition. So there's not just cake, but candy apples and treats and cookies and all that good stuff are part of the sugar art competition. And of course, we have our Saturday dance party as per usual.
What happens if you're shy and you just don't like dancing?
You don't like dancing, that's okay. We have tables so you can sit and eat and enjoy.
Or dance on top of the table.
Or dance on top of the table. I mean, we kind of like cut loose. We have a good time. So last year we only had 9 classes. This year we have over 50 classes. Yes. Girl, when I tell you we took a step up, we like upgrade you.
This is like a bunch of shows at once.
It is a bunch of shows at once. And it's not just a cake show. It is a pastry show as well. It is anything sugar. That's why it's the ultimate sugar show.
She's gonna deliver on the ultimate.
We've got stuff for the kiddos. So we've got a kids zone, but then we also have kids classes. So like how you can come to, most cake shows and there's a class for you as an adult to learn buttercream, learn whatever the technique is. We actually have 3 classes that are just for kids that start from age 4 up to age 12. So yeah. So I mean, it's really about like helping to expound upon the art and just helping people to understand the artistry that is in this industry in Georgia, in Atlanta, and just kind of giving people that insight. And then of course we have food. So like a whole section of the show is just devoted to sampling from different like bakeries and restaurants that are in the area. Yeah.
What? When you said you have food, I thought you were gonna feed us. Hold up a sec. Whoa, what? Wait, you're going to have sweets.
We will have sweets at a sugar show.
She will have sweets at the sugar show.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to invite you to a show. Well, first of all, like I said with Sweet Fest Con, right? If anybody's ever attended Sweet Fest Business Conference, they know that when you come, you're going to eat. You're going to eat food because I'm not going to invite you. It's Southern hospitality. I'm not going to invite you to my event and I'm not going to and not feed you. My dad would not handle that, right? Because this is a Southern home. When you come in, we're going to ask you if you want something to drink or if you want something to eat. So that being said, when you come to the Ultimate Sugar Show, of course, you're going to have food. So in previous years, as we've had the business conference, there was food. That is part, and we still have that as well. We're going to have breakfast and dinners together as a community. But if you don't come as part of the professional experience, if you come just even for the weekend, you can still like sample food and sweets from other local restaurants and bakeries. And you'll have the opportunity to purchase those items from them as well.
So let's say I'm not really a caker, but I do like sampling cakes. Should I stop by?
You should absolutely stop by. We definitely wanted to add in that element for the people who were locally in the community who also, because people will find their way into the show, right? Because as soon as you say there's a sugar show, people are going to be excited. So even after all of that, we will actually be hosting the FIPGC finals. So the people that, the person that is chosen as part of the FIPGC process that has been in Austin, has been in San Diego, and then the third person would be chosen here in Miami. Those 3 competitors will be in Atlanta in November competing for the championship. So we will crown the FIPGC USA Cake Designer Champion. We will be crowning the FIPGC USA Division Champion that will go on to Italy to compete and represent the great US of A. And that person will be crowned at the Ultimate Sugar Show.
What a great honor, and what an awesome thing to witness.
Right. Exactly. Like, the way it has been explained to me is that this larger competition in Italy is almost like the World Cup of cake, and that people are there in Italy with their flags and they're like cheering on these cake designers. And to just even be a part of that process is such an honor, and we're just like really excited to be involved.
Hold on to your spatulas. It's time for the Quick Mix Q&A. Your favorite color?
My favorite color is pink.
Favorite song?
My favorite song is Michael Jackson's PYT. I mean, I get on the dance floor every time that comes on.
Name your favorite season.
My favorite season is fall because, of course, that's when my birthday is.
What's your favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert is this awesome caramel cake that my dad makes, as well as his nothing cake, which is basically a twist on peach cobbler. It's like the better version of peach cobbler.
What's your least favorite dessert?
My least favorite dessert is flan. Can't stand flan.
Early bird or a night owl?
I'm definitely a night owl.
Coffee or tea?
Tea for sure. Tea.
And your zodiac sign is?
I'm a Scorpio, all the way Scorpio.
Name a cake tool you just can't live without.
I think my cake tool I can't live without is definitely a calculator because I'm all about the numbers and understanding pricing.
Exactly how did you get into caking?
How did I get into caking? Well, I love sweets, and I just love the artistry behind making cake and seeing people enjoy delicious, edible art.
If you weren't a caker, what would you be?
If I wasn't a caker, I would probably be back in accounting.
What did your first cake look like?
My first cake, and I'll say my first professional cake, was a hot mess. I tried to do a mirror glaze without actually knowing what I was doing. I actually did it live on Periscope, and everybody was so excited. I was excited. It looked like it was working, and then all of a sudden the ganache started melting underneath it. It was crazy. I'll have to give you pictures.
What do you want your legacy to be?
I would really like for my legacy to be one of support and helping people in the sweet community with the business side. I know that it's something that a lot of people struggle with, and I really want to be there to help people, understand costs and survive and be successful in this business. I want to get rid of that notion of the struggling artist in general, and especially in this cake world, people have this preconceived notion that it's impossible to make it and to be successful for the long term in this industry. And I really don't believe that. I've seen too many success stories. And I think my legacy just is wanting to help people in business and to leave behind a series of people in this community that are set up for success and that can help others to be successful in business and long term as well.
Girl, I gotta ask you this, because you were involved in so many things. And you are, nothing's falling through the holes or anything like that. No, I don't know if this is wood per se, but Formica something, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. It's a modern way. How do you juggle all these things? What is your system? Do you have a system?
I actually don't sleep that much. So, usually I wake up and I have a to-do list. It's like a laundry to-do list of things that I have to get done by the end of the day. At least in my mind, I have to get it done by the end of the day. And I just kind of go from there. So I actually have a really long, Ultimate Sugar Show list. And I'm kind of just trying to do that elephant one bite at a time approach at it. And there's things that are kind of prioritized based on time sensitivity. So things that we need to get out before we can announce certain things and, nail down. So it's just being very methodical, which that's just kind of how my brain is set up. Because, I'm a analyst by trade. So my brain is kind of set up very analytically, but I can only imagine how hard it would be if I was just like completely a creative person. Like right now I'm very mixed. Like I feel like I'm a pretty fair, decent mix of analytical and creative. But I feel like if I had any more creativity to me and less analytical to me, this thing would be a monster. I mean, it is a beast on its own, but it would be like ridiculous to try to do.
It would look like you couldn't handle it because you're trying to bite everything. But because you're doing it in a systematic way and you have that accountant in you is saying, well, deal with one account at a time.
One account at a time, exactly. And it's very methodical. It's actually, I mean, there's a reason why it has taken us 4 years to get to this point, because truth be told, you know, this may seem like a surprise. Like some people may be completely taken off guard by the Ultimate Sugar Show as being hosted by Sweet Fest. But if you've been following us this whole time, or even if you knew the original reason, the backstory, then it would make sense that this is here. Because the reason that the company is named Sweet Fest was because the idea was for a festival of sweets. The original idea 4 years ago was that I was going to take a festival of sweets, and that was going to be the opportunity for people to get to experience all the sugar. And this was before I even knew about sugar competitions. The only thing I knew is that I wanted people to have a place to get together and experience the world of sugar. So that's why it was called Sweet Fest. And then later I had to come up with different ideas of ways to figure out like what's the practical application of this on a day-to-day basis, right? Because I'm not just gonna up and produce a show overnight. I didn't know anybody, nobody knew me, but over the past 4 years, I've been where I needed to be, where the people were that I needed to meet. Maybe I didn't meet everybody that I needed to meet, but maybe it wasn't on the first year. Maybe it wasn't on the second year. But by the third year that I was a vendor and I'm getting to know these same people, they're asking me if I'm going to come hang out later after the show is over. And I'm building these relationships. There's a reason why the Ultimate Sugar Show is 4 years in the making. You know, it's not by chance, not by luck. It's not by happenstance. It's been very strategic.
Yeah. So that's where your methodicism, your methodicism, it's a belief in being methodical. So this is where it came in, and this is what I want our cakers to understand, because you're so right. When you're creative, it's really tough, and it's a dang shame sometimes.
I mean, honestly, because I am connected to such a creative person. I mean, Boo is like the ultimate artist. He is the ultimate creative. He is so like amazing and super talented, but I see that there are areas that he is super strong in that I struggle with, in the same way like that and he will say he's not as structured, and I'm like super structured. So it's a good balance, but I've also, being around him, I've been able to experience and know and kind of be empathetic to that. I'm very empathetic to the fact that creatives just struggle to think of things a certain way. Just like I've worked with accountants who look at me and they're like, I can never do graphic design, or I can never do any type of design. Like, I'm not that creative. So it just takes a special kind of person to be able to think away creative, or to think away structured. I mean, there's certain times where I struggle with the creative side. Like, I feel like I'm more structured than I am creative. I've got a creative side to me. Right. But I'm very structured. Right. And I think I think my experience with him has helped me in my experience with bakers as well, and people who are in this field with sweet makers, cakers, all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, like, I understand there's just certain business things you're just in that you may not grasp easily, and you just have to work at. And it's not you never get it, but you just have to work extra hard at it. Yeah. Right? So there's just like people who just don't understand math that can do all kinds of great creative things with words and, you know, say things so poetically, but just math is not their thing, you know? And I'm the opposite. Like, numbers, like, they just make sense to me. They click to me. But at the same time, like, when it comes to words, it takes me like 2 to 3 hours to write an email to send out to the distribution. Like, it's crazy. Like an email that should take me 10 minutes. It takes me so long. It's not that I don't have the words. Like sometimes I literally just have to talk out what I want to say.
Only if words were numbers.
I know. I know. That would be so much easier for me. But having those experiences helped me to be able to communicate with those who are around me who are such creative people and to kind of comprehend what they're going through and try to make it easier, which is why SweetFest focuses on tools. Like if you go to our site, we talk about how we provide tools and business resources to make bakers and cakers and sweet lovers and sweet makers life easier.
I think that's why you are successful at what you're doing, because of the fact that you can relate and you don't understand. It's not that you dumb it down, it's that you actually explain what you're doing. I can make a cake and I can do a live broadcast, but what my filming crew does here, I don't understand why they're putting a certain camera here or a light there. They're actually explaining it to me to school me. And sometimes you do need to be schooled on a level where you can actually understand and you get it. You get it, and we thank you for that. Cyd, thank you so much for joining us today, and thanks for stopping by. I will check you out because I know you're going to be shopping and doing networking and buzzing around and stuff like that.
Separate bag. I brought a whole separate bag. See, being here as a vendor has taught me that when you come to SoFlo, you bring a backup bag. They say that. Everybody says that. You bring a backup bag. Girl.
Wait, what you shopping for?
Some of everything. I dabble, but it's certain things that I'm starting to need. So.
Cyd likes her toys.
I do. I like cake toys. I like cake things.
I think we all like our cake toys.
Yes, absolutely.
Cyd, my love, thank you so much for stopping by. Promise me that you're going to stop by later and we'll check you out when you're shopping.
Absolutely, yes. Any goodies I pick up, I will come by and we'll kind of check them out. Yeah. Okay.
Until then, check her out at
thesweetfest.com and ultimatesugarshow.com.
And we will see you in Atlanta
November 8th through the 11th, Atlanta, Georgia, the Cobb Galleria Center.
That's it. See you there.
Bye, guys.
Hey, hope you've enjoyed this episode of Cakers Chat. If you have a question or two, don't let it stew. Comment below and let us know. Hey, and give us a hug with a thumbs up and subscribe. Catch you on the next episode of Cakers Chat.
Hi, I'm Melanie.
And I'm Natasha.
And we're the hosts of SoFlo Cake and Candy Expo. The 2018 show was amazing.
So grab your aprons, because 2019 is going to be fantastic.
Head over to SoFloCakeandCandyExpo.com to sign up for our newsletter.
And be the first to know about our classes and swag.
And don't forget about all of our special guests.
So grab your coffee and join me.
And me for Cakers Chat at SoFlo.
And as a special gift, Cakers Chat followers can use promo code CAKERS, that's CAKERS, to receive 15% off general admission. Tickets go on sale October 1st. See you there.
Are you serious? Yeah. Hey, boo, I'm doing my interview. Oh.
Boo is on the phone.
Oh. Wait, hold on. Can I put you on? She's trying to put me on speaker. Like, I'm literally doing the interview. She's got a mic in my hand.
This is my time. You pick up the phone. That's what happens. Speaker. I love you too, boo boo. I love you too, boo boo. Paint me a bag in teal, boo boo, with a mic and a cake, boo boo.
Like a bag in teal with a mic. She said, paint me a bag in teal with a mic, boo boo. He said, absolutely, we can make that happen. Okay. All right, I love you. Be safe, and I will call you later. Okay. Okay, bye, babe.
For real, no respect for the art.
Well, he didn't know what time it was going to be, and he was leaving.